Hello friends, welcome to Technique. This is Nirmal here and you're watching the detailed camera review of the new smartphone from Infinix, the Infinix S5 Pro with pop-up selfie camera. The Infinix S5 Pro is the first smartphone with a pop-up selfie camera below the 10,000 price segment in India. So let's dive deep into the camera to see how it performs in the price segment. In terms of the camera hardware, it sports a triple rear camera with 48 megapixel omnivision sensor and f1.8 aperture. You also get a 2 megapixel depth sensor and a dedicated low light sensor. There is also LED flash included. The front camera is a 16 megapixel pop-up selfie camera with a f2.0 aperture. So let's find out how the camera performs. First up, let's have a look at the video quality. The Infinix S5 Pro can record videos in 1080p resolution at 30 fps without electronic image stabilization, and the footage looks quite average as there is no stabilization offered. The colors are quite good and so are the details for the budget segment, but lack of EIS would still be a deal breaker for many people. Also, there is no 4K support since it is MediaTek's Helio P35 octa-core processor. Now moving on to the photos. The daylight shots taken with the 48 megapixel camera came out quite well. The colors are also quite good for the most part and the details are good. The sharpness levels are average and this is quite evident as you can see noise even in daylight shots when you zoom in. The phone also comes with dedicated 48 megapixel mode which again does a decent job in terms of performance. The OmniVision 48 megapixel sensor is not as good as Samsung's or Sony's 48 megapixel sensor. And there is also auto HDR mode available and the dynamic range is quite good. Now the phone also misses out on the ultra wide angle camera which is now becoming a trend in this price segment. Now the close-up shots taken with the camera was good and it had good details and natural colors. Here again the sharpness levels are just average and this is again quite evident in the photos. Moving on to the portrait shot, we felt that the portrait shots are quite decent, but it seems to overexpose the background while the subjects have good details. The edge detection is also pretty decent. We did not see any major issues here in terms of the edge detection. The low light captures taken with the Infinix S5 Pro came out decent in adequately lit conditions. The noise is a bit too evident in the low light photos. The colors are again good and the phone misses out on one of the most important features, the night mode. Hence you cannot take any pictures in the night mode. Moving to the selfie camera. The 16 megapixel shooter is the highlight of the device as it is the first pop-up selfie camera below the 10,000 price segment. It can shoot some decent selfies, good details, sharpness levels and colors. The dynamic range is also quite acceptable. The skin tones are good with adequate sharpness levels as well. We turned off the beauty mode since we like selfies without the beauty mode turned on. Since selfies are more of a personal choice, you can judge based on the clarity. There is also portrait selfies which again does a decent job in edge detection, but here you can still see some misses. So this is the video recording taken using the front facing camera on the Infinix S5 Pro. It's a pop-up selfie camera. It's a 16 megapixel shooter which is again capable of recording videos in 1080p resolution. So you can judge yourself how good the clarity of the video is and also the audio output from the front camera on the Infinix S5 Pro. So summing up, the Infinix S5 Pro camera performance is decent for the price segment it is being offered. It might not be the best in the sub 10k price segment, but for an average shooter, it won't disappoint. Also, the lack of electronic image stabilization, ultra wide angle camera and night mode are some of the features which are missing in this price segment. But if you're looking for a best camera smartphone below 10k price segment, Infinix S5 Pro might not be the perfect choice. So that is a detailed camera review of the Infinix S5 Pro. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Do hit that like button and also hit the subscribe button for more videos. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.